Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Monday. It is 12:09 p.m. It is April the 6th. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's jump right into it and see what you might need to know using my personalized deck. Now, these are decks that I've made from scratch. Some of these are kind of old because I've been using these decks for almost like 2 years now, like constantly, nonstop. So I don't know, maybe I might make a new deck, who knows, or maybe I might just revise like the decks that look really, really beaten up and worn down. But I don't know, I'll see. But let's see what you guys might need to know when it comes to the energy today. All right, guys. So let's see. All right, guys, so somebody short could be very significant. This literally could be height differences, like you could be short, both of you could be short, okay? Or this could be somebody being tall and someone being short, or vice versa. Height could be very significant. Also, when it comes to stability, there's something about being grounded or being close to the ground. So take what resonates with that. We have antenna. So there's something about your energy where you guys could be very alert when it comes to spiritual energy. You guys are aware at this moment. There's also something about rest and reflection. So there is something about spiritual renewal and growth. Some of you guys could have went through some type of spiritual renewal when it comes to energies. Now, this could be about people that are around you or just situations that you've dealt with. But whatever this is, you guys could have gone through some type of purification, or you guys could be purifying your energy at this time. Even when it comes to having more confidence, this could be your energy or you, okay, when it comes to, like I said, having stability and also distance. So even when it comes to distancing yourself from other people, places, and things, and you following your own antenna, you following your spiritual energy, that's significant. We have August as well. This is Leo and Virgo energy. Now, there's something about somebody's energy when it comes to being confident. Cancer energy could be very significant. So like I said, Leo, Virgo, or Cancer placements could be confirmation. If not, there's something about you when it comes to your energy being very nurturing at this time. Divine masculine too could be significant as well. So you could be dealing with somebody who has, especially with 1212 on the timer right now, you could be dealing with somebody who has Leo placements. This could be you or them, but there is something about, if this is not someone else in your energy and this message is like for you, like specifically, this could be talking about your confidence, you taking action when it comes to you following your path and you following your confidence. So even if you know that you're following your path and it makes you feel happy, always keep in mind that when you follow your path, you're going to make people uncomfortable, and there's always going to be somebody that's unhappy with the way that you show up in your life, right? Like there's nothing that you can do about it, unfortunately. There are just miserable people out there, okay? There's a saying that misery loves company. So when you're happy by yourself, when you're happy being alone, when you're happy just being in your own energy, your own space, like you're the kind of people that, even if you were to die alone, okay, like as crazy as it sounds, like you don't care about that. And some of you may not have a lot of friends or big groups of friends. You may know people, but you don't have like friends like that. And even if you do, it's people that you hold really closest and dearest to you. God forbid that one friendship that you have that's like holding on to a thread, something happens to that and it's almost like, yay, now I'm really by myself. And you could be okay with that. When you meet people, you meet them, but you also know to meet them with a grain of salt, because it's almost like every friendship that you've ever had, you know that it doesn't go the way that you want it to. Like if you're a Cancer, right? If you're a Cancer and you want friendships to go the way that you would love it to or expect it to, sometimes it doesn't, even dealing with people around you as well, right? So there's something about having more confidence when it comes to Leo and Virgo energy. Now, there's something about the moon cycle too, with it being in Libra and Scorpio, where you guys could have closed out a cycle or you guys could have transitioned into a new cycle. But there's something about confidence, okay? Some of you guys could be starting your own channel. Take what resonates with that. And there's also something about even opportunities, right? Like, even if it's not about you starting a channel, there's something about you creating your own opportunities and independence, right? Red hair could be significant. This is about your strength, right? So again, fire energy too. There's something about your passion, strength, and the vitality that you show up in with, okay? November, Scorpio and Sagittarius. And I did mention something about Scorpio energy as well. This could be about new adventures, okay? South Node is significant. You may have your South Node in either Cancer, Leo, or Virgo, and even so Scorpio and Sagittarius. But there is something about your karmic past and also the lessons that you guys are learning when it comes to your gifts and also introspections. Overcoming fears is also significant. We have prayers coming through. So there's something about your prayers coming through that is significant. Taurus energy is significant as well. We are in April. So as we approach, you know, as the days get, you know, closer and closer, because we are technically in the second week of, you know, of April, right? So there's something about that energy too, where as we are in Aries season, there's something about as we get closer to Taurus energy and season and transition into that, that is also significant too, right? So we have winter boots. There's something about preparations and transformation. So if you guys were preparing for something to come, there's something about being in preparation when it comes to change. Now, this could be changes in your life or a change in a season, okay? But there's something about you guys going through some type of transformations because you guys went through some type of rebirth, okay? So take what resonates with that too. That's also confirmation, but it's also clarity, right? Like you guys are receiving clarity when it comes to this, because it's like, if you guys were in this still energy of being, you know, going in within yourself, having introspection about certain situations, dynamics, people, places, and things, right? Say these things are happening. There's also this energy of while you guys were going through that during the winter season, there's something about the spring season now where you guys are taking that knowledge, wisdom, information, whatever it is that you guys were going within and gaining at that time. It's like it's being executed right now into spring energy. So Taurus season could be significant. You may have Taurus placements. All right, we have the 13th. Some of you may be born on the 13th. We have the 15th, and we also have the 25th, okay? So take what resonates with that too. We also have initials V, right? So you may have initials V in your first, middle, or last name. And then we also have the 21st, okay? So yeah, take what resonates with that when it comes to the energy. Now this could be a country, a state, okay? Venezuela could be very significant. I don't know why I thought of that, but you know, it's with a V, okay? Even that, just a name, a country, a state, something, right? But there is something about when it comes to opportunities and you bringing in a lot of change, that is significant. Now, these dates could be dates that you guys are born on, or these dates could be significant within the next few days, meaning April 13th, 15th, 21st, and 25th. Or these could be days, like I said, that you guys are born on. Take what resonates, okay? Even when it comes to angel numbers as well, some of you may resonate with angel number 13, okay? Angel number 15, 25, and 21. If you want to single those down into singular digits, right? This is angel number 4, angel number 6, angel number 3, and also angel number 7. You can even look at it as a life path number as well, right? What your life path number could be. So take what resonates with that. So drinking more water is significant. There's something about you guys either detoxing when it comes to your energy and receiving clarity. Now, there's something about bodily respect as well. Drinking water, being near water, being in water. So showering is also significant, not like bubble baths and things like that. Like letting the water actually, you know, hit your skin, okay, is significant. You guys could be scheduling a spa day, okay? There's something about giving someone a second chance could be very significant, and also butterflies, okay? Transformations are very significant at this moment. So some of you, like I said, could be going through transformations or dealing with a transformation. Now, like I said, this could be people, places, or things. So Obviously take what resonates with that. But we also have providing. Somebody could want to provide in your energy, or there's something about offering. Okay, now support could be very significant. Take what resonates with that. We have unconditional love with the color baby pink. We also have graduating school. So this is about you guys achieving some type of mastery when it comes to a new chapter. Okay, celebrations. Now, when it comes to giving people second chances, this depends on the energy. Now, when it comes to unconditional love, like I said, it all depends on your energy and who you are and what the situation is. This may be someone in your energy asking that, or you could have been contemplating on if you wanted to give someone a second chance or not. But there is something about a risk. It's almost like taking a risk, because if you know who this energy is, it's like basically you guys are taking a risk, right? This risk could be really good, or this risk could be really bad. It could put you into a new timeline, or it could set you back into an old timeline that you don't want to be. And for some of you guys, it's almost like having that discernment, like, you know what? I don't even want to figure it out, and I don't want to know. I just want to surrender and move on and move forward with my life. I don't want to figure out what this person is doing or how they're doing. I just want to focus on me. And that could be significant for some of you guys too when it comes to that. Even asteroids, like I didn't even think about this or, put this into consideration. But there's a couple asteroids that do start with the letter V that could be significant too. Varuna, Varuna, I think that's how it's spelled. There's something about that when it comes to Neptune influence. So this is Pisces and Sagittarius energy. But that talks about divine law, cosmic order, and also moral authority. So some of you guys have a lot of moral authority when it comes to your energy. And that is why people feel like, how come you can say when something is good or when something is bad? It depends on your placements and also what planet you're being influenced by. So Neptune influence is significant. There's another name, I think, I'm trying to remember it. Vesta. Okay, confirmation with the horn just now. Vesta is another one too. Vesta is also Virgo influence energy. So this is like Virgo and Scorpio. And this is about sacred service, dedication, boundaries, focus, and things like that. Like when you focus on your boundaries, when you focus on yourself and what you're devoting your time and energy to, that shows back up towards you tenfolds. Right? So that could be also significant too. It may not just be a name either. This could be asteroids that resonate for some of you guys when it comes to the energy. All right, so let's keep going here. We have water placements, and I didn't even realize this. So water placements, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Okay, we also have air placements. This is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, and also earth angel energy. You could be someone who is an earth angel. When it comes to how you show up, this could be communication, social flow, adaptability, okay, intellect, things of that matter. There's something about you having a lot of in-depth feeling and emotional intelligence, but at the same time, you are a protector in other people's energies, and that is something that you guys are aware about. Some of you guys are releasing that energy and protecting things that matter. So even when it comes to people, places, and things that don't have the ability to speak up on certain things or have access to certain things, it's like you guys are changing your focus on that and not focusing on people who are being greedy and selfish. So it's almost like people who are very greedy and selfish with their energy, like they think that because like they grew up with you or they knew you or whatever that energy is, there's something about knowing somebody from childhood into adulthood. Just because somebody knows you from that time frame doesn't mean you owe them anything, especially if that person was making your life a living hell. Okay? Like if someone's making your life a living hell and they're aware about this, or they don't care because they're so fixated on themselves only, they like I honestly wonder sometimes about people too like that, where you're grounded and you are very gentle. Like even it doesn't matter how you look either. Like there are people out there who are 6'6", 300 pounds, and they're the most gentlest giant out there, right? But because people see how tall and big they are, they assume, ooh, like I'm so, like that, just being dumb, right? You could be the most gentlest giant, and like I said, dealing with people, you could be an earth angel, Earth angels don't have to look a specific way. Earth angels come in many forms. And a lot of people that are dealing with your energy at this time, the reason why you're graduating and being able to receive achievements or go through achievements and go through new chapters is because of the fact that you know that you're an earth angel and you're grounded. Like, you know what you bring to the table, right? Like, you know, okay? Some of you guys are the table, okay? And so it's very disrespectful knowing that you are the table and you bring a lot to the table. Yeah, it is very disrespectful to have people around you who think that money is the only source of stability, when people don't realize that it's who you know, and not only just who you know, but also what you know, okay? Your education, what you've learned, your life experiences, things like that. You could meet somebody who's literally 15 years old, and you could be in your 40s and see that somebody could be very mature at a young age for themselves. And a lot of people assume that because they were dumb, okay, as a child, no offense, okay, but I mean, when I say they were dumb, meaning they may have made dumb decisions or done dumb things. And think about it, if you're a parent and you're telling your kids about your past, don't you think your kids are taking that information and learning from that? Some of you guys are like that. It's like your parents don't realize that you're not going to follow the same footsteps as them, especially if you see things and you realize that A, it's not right, or B, even if you fell into it, you learned that it wasn't right and you left that. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can change their mind and see things differently. Okay, we have anchor. So you guys are grounded at this time. You guys are grounding or stabilizing when it comes to a foundation. Okay, there's something about message and ringing. There's something about downloads. So you guys could be receiving confirmation because you guys are grounded or you guys are rooted in a foundation at this time. Take whatever resonates in that sense. Okay. Yep. Energetic seal. There's something about closure, protection. So yeah, there's something about your boundaries when it comes to you building a foundation, or boundaries when it comes to you stabilizing your energy. We also have spirit nearby. So there's something about a tingling feeling, activations. Okay, something being activated could be very significant for some of you guys as well, right? Yeah, truth and clarity. It's like you guys can see the truth when it comes to a situation. You guys are also receiving clarity as well. We have Venus energy too when it comes to love. So yeah, what you're attracting, who you attract, even when it comes to relationships and connections, it's like you are seeing a lot of things that were hidden. And you guys are aware, you guys are understanding what the situation is, and you guys are like, you know what, it is what it is. I'm moving forward and choosing myself. Okay, something maybe you guys were learning to deal with when it comes to learning about your path, okay, and releasing past life baggage. So past life baggage could be anything. It could be family, friends, okay, patterns, the way that you think with introspection sitting here, okay, even things that you've already mastered as well. We have congratulations. So there's something about you guys when it comes to you guys going for something or going for it. Okay, so take what resonates with that. But that's clarity, okay? Like, even when it comes to matters of the heart and love, it's like you're seeing situations, like I said, for what it is. Even if you've learned from it and grown from it, you know what to expect moving forward. Even if that's not the case, there's something about you protecting your heart and having discernment about who and what you allow your heart to open up to. So like I said, if this was in the past, if you've learned those lessons and you've accepted them, this could be family and friends. Like, you guys could have had family and friends around you that were not your real family, meaning like your real soul tribe, right? And that is why a lot of people could feel very disconnected or disassociated, because of the fact that a lot of people that we grew up around or with are not really our soul tribe family. They were just family to learn lessons, okay, or, you know, understand the situation based off what was going on, so that when we move forward into our own family or traditions or things like that, we already know what to expect, okay? And that could be confirmation for some of you as well. So we have jasmine, okay, the flower. This is about, like I said, Venus energy, what you attract. So spiritual devotion, romance, attraction, dreams, right? We have India that is significant. This is about spiritual depth. Like I said, devotion is significant. This is about wisdom. Excuse me, wisdom, resilience, tradition, healing is significant. Okay, Africa, when it comes to your ancestors, grounding. Okay, so like I said, some of you guys are grounding at this time. We have community for some of you guys too. Like I said, building your own community, your own soul tribe, spirit communication as well. So being highly connected, not just to source, but to other people as well who are getting the same divinity as you, knowing that you're not alone. Basically, anyone who's getting the same divine messages, it's like slowly being told to find each other as a group, find one another as a group and come together, and then being able to execute what it is that we're here to do. Like, even if we don't know what that plan is, it's like we all know that we're here to do something, okay, based on that path. So Kenya could be very significant since we're talking about Africa, right? It may not be Kenya per se, but just, take what resonates, But there is something about instinct. So there's something about your connection to nature or the connection to nature. But your intuition is significant when it comes to you guys exploring and doing more. And then also United Kingdom is also significant. So this is about certain traditions, certain friendships. Even when it comes to like possibilities as well, that is significant too. And also when it comes to like your resilience, you are showing up as someone who maybe is very resilient, okay? Or even when it comes to certain paths, like what you accept and what you don't accept could also be significant as well, okay? But when it comes to the energy, when it comes to United Kingdom, even like, for example, United Kingdom front is significant too. There's something about that energy with your ancestors and you grounding, especially you anchoring yourself, that is also significant. So some of you guys could be feeling like you guys could be wanting to cleanse your energy. You guys could be grounding your energy. There's also this energy too where, even if it's not just grounding, you putting yourself in positions where you are no longer in this energetic frequency where you feel like other people's energies are also basically intervening with yours, like because some of you guys are so sensitive to other people around you, and that is why you are very particular the way that you go about certain things. Unfortunately, like I said to you guys, that's why I love building communities like this. If you're sensitive to other people's energies and you have other people who don't understand that, or they purposely just don't want to respect your space or your peace or just your energy around you, because again, even if you live in a certain space, you can hear certain things, you can see certain things, you can feel certain things. And like I said, if you're dealing with people that don't respect your peace, your stability, say you're someone who speaks up on certain things, or you're very calculated the way you do things, right? Because you have a lot of pride when it comes to certain things, not in a bad way, but you know when to be strategic, right? It's almost like, how can I say this, right? As an example, it's like having a manager, right? You going to your manager and saying to your manager, because that manager is the one that deals with everybody, right? Or that friend that that deals with that other person. There's always there's a middle person. So say there's a middle person and say you spoke to that middle person, expressed yourself to that middle person about a situation or whatever the case is, because you realize that no matter what you say to that other person without the middle person, it's almost like there's like a blockage. And it's not even to be mean or funny, but it's almost like that person cannot like put two and two together. Like they don't have the intelligence to put things together on their own. It's like they need someone else to tell them what is going on, basically. And you're not like that, but you may know somebody who's like that, like a handler, okay, like a carrier, basically, right? Say you're dealing with the situation, you speak up on it, you say whatever, and that middle person says, okay, I hear your side, I see this person's side, but because you're not somebody who speaks up on these things, or even if you try to, I get it, so let me speak on your behalf. You do not know what happens when that person is speaking on your behalf, if they're actually, protecting you or if they're making it worse. And that is why when you say something out loud, it shows up very negatively, because that person is not expecting you to say it the way that you say it. How you speak and how you show up, that's you, right? So even if you're someone who's very emotionally sensitive or attentive to other people, you're not doing that no more, because you realize that people want to be babied. And while you're the baby of a situation, you're not acting like a baby. You're acting more mature than a lot of people want to admit it. You know what I mean? Like I said, not speaking up on certain matters that they don't pertain to you. Like if it doesn't have anything to do with you or it's not your business, you're not getting involved, you're not being nosy, you're not doing any of that. But let it be someone's rights. You would rather fight for that than to be dealing with, like I said, drama, pettiness, and things that just don't matter to you. Like I said, there's bigger fish to fry. Okay, this could be your local community. This could be around the world. This could be anything, right? But there is something about you when it comes to that. You could have spoken up about that. That person could be speaking on your behalf. Who knows if that person's actually defending you or making it worse? So there's something about not being able to trust people also when it comes to broken telephone. Basically, it's like if I say this to you, I expect it to reach that person by the time it gets to the end. We know how broken telephone goes. It goes through one ear, goes to another ear, the story gets mixed up, the words get jumbled up, it gets switched up, things happen. So when you say it, it's almost like, oh no, how dare the collective say it? Because a lot of people are very used to that other individual saying it for you. But when you speak up and say things on your own, you're the one that's showing up as resilient, right? You're not here to make people comfortable, right? You were always making people comfortable. And now it's time for you to be the one to be comfortable, and everybody else can figure out their own nonsense on their own. Whether this is physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, whatever it is, a lot of people think that because they have more money and more material than you, that they're the biggest and the baddest thing since sliced bread, okay? And a lot of people don't realize that what you have today can be taken away from you tomorrow as well. So sorry that the collective is humble and wants to see everybody win. Unfortunately, not everybody is like the collective, okay, and thinks the same way. That is why we are coming together on our own terms and finding our own, community, so that we can connect with people who think and act and are the same like us when it comes to emotional intelligence. A lot of people say that they have it, but they don't. And emotional intelligence is not rated by a scale. Okay, it's how you just show up emotionally, whether this is you or other people. And no, it's not an excuse. If people think that they can use your emotional intelligence for their own gain, they have something big coming, because basically that's like you using the divine and not using the divine what the divine sent that person to do. Okay, it's like you're trying to use that person for your own gain. That also shows up. Truth comes out no matter who it is. Okay, whether people are evil or good, the truth will always come out no matter what. Even if somebody thought that they were hiding their hands in the dark and thought that they were getting away with what they got away with, everything comes out, okay? Everything in the dark comes to light. So if people were accusing you of things or judging you or, trying to group you in certain situations, whatever it is, if this was individually, worldwide, whatever the case is, you are showing up as somebody who is no longer tolerating anything. You are speaking your truth. And if people want to be mad about you speaking your truth because you've been quiet for years about certain matters, that's too bad. It's so funny how the same people who are always babbling their mouths and always talking and going on and on and on about, certain things. It's so funny when they're always yapping, and the moment that you say something, now you're the problem. So what? It's always the quietest one in the room who has the most to say, because they're the quietest in the room for a reason. Okay, they're watching everything, they're seeing everything, not watching to be nosy, but watching because they're taking receipt on what it is people do and how they do things, because they realize, oh, you're not who you say you are. You were wearing a mask this whole entire time while you were being your authentic self. So if somebody, like you were talking to someone too in confidence about certain things, you don't care if that person repeats what you said back to that person that you were talking to in confidence. Guess what? Because if they came to you and asked you, did you say this? You're going to say, yeah, I said it. And what? Then what? What's going to happen? You're going to fight the person? Like, are we not adults? Either you accept what that person said and moved on, or you accept the consequences, right? That's like me being mean to somebody who's been nice to me the entire time and me talking down on them, and then say they just disappear out of my life out of nowhere. And then me having the audacity to say, well, how dare them leave me? They should be accepting my narcissism. They should be accepting my bullying. Ugh. The fact that people think like this, right? And wonder why karma hits them 10 times harder. Okay, guys, continue focusing on yourself. Continue focusing on your inner truth. Okay, keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, guys. And don't allow anyone to, steer you away from your path or stop you from your path or anything like that. Allow yourself to keep going forward and allow yourself to move forward in this energy that you're in. Because, guys, like I said, there are people out there that are trying really, really hard, okay, whether they realize it or not, but they're trying really hard to get you to be in the vibration that they're in. And I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of people are being fake, okay? They're being fake happy. Like, there are people out there, like I said, who like to be alone. Those people who genuinely can be by themselves, those are the people who are very authentic, okay? The people who need to be around somebody 24/7, meaning like they can't go to the grocery store alone. They cannot be alone, okay? Even if it's like going to the spa, right? Like, you have people that are like that out there. They have to have somebody in their energy constantly. Whether some of you guys are just like, hell no, this is my alone time. I need time alone. I need to be alone. And that is also significant. Like, you are not begging for people's validations, but the people that are begging for people's validations are the same ones that are judging you guys. Like, it just tickles me because I find it very hilarious. Okay, guys? So keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving forward. Keep pushing forward. Okay, don't allow anyone to make you feel any lesser or anything, because like I said, if you were somebody who was giving a lot of time and energy to people, places, and things that definitely did not deserve it, best believe you guys are getting everything that you desire or you deserve back. Okay, guys? But I'm going to end it here because today most of my readings have been like 20 to 30 minutes because I just feel like there's so much energies right now with the power and the intention behind it that I have to just call it out like I see it. Now, I may not be the only one that's calling it out like I see it too. Like I said, this could be a reflection of energies, right? Like, you guys are just seeing things and saying enough is enough, right? Putting your foot down, okay? Whether this is around the world, your own personal life, or both, okay? Or just everything, right? But anyways, guys, I love you guys. I'll see you next time. And I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. Confirmation with the horn. All right, guys. So follow me on YouTube and TikTok. And again, my website is www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday, and I will see you guys next time. All right, guys. Love you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.